Hello. Hey, how are we doing? How's it going? I don't even know what day it is. Thursday. Happy Thursday. Oh, right. Oh, let's get comfy in the new setup. We've jigged things around at home, so it's a little bit nicer now, which is cool. Right. Stylus, coffee, fizzy drink. Check. How's everyone doing? Lovely haircut. Thank you, Raquel. Literally just came from the barbers. I was looking at it on camera like, damn, he did a really. I mean, he always nails it, but like, yeah, the beard length. Hey, Rianne, trim. Oh, fresh cut. I'll tell him. I'll tell him, my mate Joe. Next time I see him, I'll say everybody noticed like instantly. He'll love that. Right. What are we doing? Cut mine last night as well. Oh, it feels so good. It's so funny when you go from even just having a bit of hair to like just getting it all cut short, and then you sit outside like, it's a bit nippy out. Then again, I do have a rather large forehead to just collect more wind, so the more forehead that is exposed, the colder I shall be. Anyway, my forehead aside, what are we doing? Images. Okay, this is I mean, I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be really cool. Let me just collect my brain. I'm so tired. I was up at like 5 this morning, training at 6. Just coffee's doing nothing at this point. Okay, right, let's open up a folder. Right. Okay, so basically, a video game was shadow dropped very recently, and I don't know if anyone's ever played the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. It's the one that came before Skyrim. Skyrim? This is Skyrim for any gamers out there. And I saw this. This is like the main menu artwork, the box artwork, and I was just looking at this like, this looks flipping cool, but it would also be really difficult. You know, you've got the highlights and the shadows on the soldier, you've got the flaming Oblivion gate, and that is the Oblivion logo mark as well. And then you've got the castles, but you've got the sort of first row of castles, second row, third row, kind of similar to what was in the background in the Star Wars poster we did recently. And that stuff's really, really difficult. And then we've got some background flames as well. And I was just looking at this like, that would be a really good challenge, because doing the staggered background and then having the soldier, the highlights, and even the fire would be really difficult. It would be a real challenge. And so I've started, as you can probably see here, I've got a few assets that I've generated using that platform Visual Electric. So I've got a few starting pieces. I might generate some more. We'll see how we go. And if you would like to have a crack at this yourself, we'll see where this goes. But afterwards, I can always make these available and post them in the Discord if you want to have a crack at it yourself. So yeah, hopefully it should be fun. Do you have a brush pack for hair? I don't have a pack specifically. I've got a masterclass in Photoshop, and then we create brushes that are part of that course. DeviantArt's a good place. Why am I looking over there? There's no camera over there. You're over there now. DeviantArt, do a search on there for hairbrushes. There's lots of artists on there that make their hairbrushes and brushes for all sorts of things available to download. I think that, yeah, there's one that I use in the course as well. So we create some, but then we use some more a bit later that I download. Just because, you know, hairbrushes, everyone's done their, yeah, Envato Elements, they've got great brushes. Don't you even mention hairbrushes. I wonder what you were going to say there, Raquel. But yeah, yeah, they got some. You can find a lot of hairbrushes, and it's always good to get a few, because the ones that I create versus the one that this other artist created, they're obviously totally different. Everyone creates their own brushes, so if you just have a collection of different brushes, you can see which ones you like. Carl, we've got everyone in today. Where's Paul? Is Paul lurking? I've not seen Paul. Almost everyone. Hey Moosh, Daniel, nerd alert, absolutely. Kerry's played Skyrim. Daniel, you've got to have played Skyrim, right? My bald head doesn't need a hairbrush. Oh. Right, so we're going to give this a go and see what happens. I know I can pull this off. It's just how much time I will need to sink. Because these techniques are things that I've done before. And I think as I've done this more and more, my confidence has grown. But it's kind of, yeah. So like, I've done all these pieces individually. So logically, this should be possible. How that plays out in the next couple hours, I got no idea. So we're going to see. Right, new document. Well, we're going to have to go... Of course, we're going to go 4K, 3840 by 2160. There we go. We'll throw in 300 DPI just because resolution. Background, we're just going to go grey. Medium grey. sRGB, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Oh my God. Does anyone else get this issue? This drives me absolutely bloody nuts. This is a Photoshop 25 exclusive issue that never existed before. You probably saw it then. It changes the things after I do them. Is it going to stay there now? It better fucking do. And I'm going to get mad. It's so annoying. You can quickly just bash in your canvas size, hit enter, and it's like, wait, what? Why is it like that? Anyway, Photoshop gonna Photoshop. Right, let's save you somewhere. Oblivion. And... well, first of all, we're going to grab this chap here. And we'll do a... oh yeah, I've got pen display. We'll use that. Oh, whoops. That is not synced correctly. There you go. There you go. Right, so we've got Keith. This is Keith wielding his great sword. Huh? What's this? Select subject and remove backgrounds. Quality had improved using cloud processing. Would you like to process your image? Oh, I downloaded this update earlier, so I'm guessing this is what was in the beta, the super advanced cutting out stuff. So yes, please. Thank you very much. Let's do the cloud. I've probably just handed over all of my data access to my life, but good selections. So yeah, we'll. Oh, that's good. I don't have to just hop back into the beta now. Right. Okay. I'll call it Soldier, otherwise people joining will be like, what are you talking about? Who's Keith? That is such a flipping good cutout. That is magnificent. Right, let's go. Convert smart object. There we go. Keith. We'll pop you in. The main dock. Massive. And this is going to be fun, but it's also going to be like a really good technical test. A test of my ability. And there's lots of skills that we can try out with this. Now, do I want him that way? Or do I want to match the Oblivion one a tiny bit? Yeah, maybe. I don't mind. We'll have him that way. Why not? Feet are quite low in the actual thing. And then we got the logo as well. Right, now we need castles. Castle. Do. Oh, I need some music. I knew something was missing. I know, it's frustrating. The thing that's really frustrating, Daniel, is that like an issue won't exist, and then there'll be like an update with new features, but it will bring with it new issues, and it's like can we just make everything progressively just get better and better and more bug free? But the resize the document junk. Yeah, do you get that as well, Reese? It's not just me. You've not played any of them, Daniel. Oh my goodness. I am shocked. Dan's ginger, he doesn't have a soul. It didn't take you long, did it, Rianne? It didn't take long for the abuse to start flying. What did we get in? We got, oh yeah, what, 20 minutes? Okay, right. I think this is called a turret. So we're going to go with that. Or tower. One of those things. Right, I feel like I'm going to need to generate some more. So, select subject. Oh yeah, it's doing the cloud thing again. Right, I need some music now. I need some music. What are we going to listen to? I don't know what to listen to. Okay. Zintish. I'm back once again. Yeah, literally, Raquel. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Okay, we got our cloud processed selection tower. I love this new setup, but it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. I've very unstrategically positioned the mic in front of the keyboard, so I'm kind of looking around. Okay. Oh, that is a lovely little turret. Right. We're not going to do this exactly the same, but I'm just kind of... I've got the reference image off screen that I'm just using. We'll do select subject, see what we get. King Lion. Hey, man. How's it going? Daniel, I'm half ginger, so at some point I acquired a soul. Yeah, but are you half ginger, Daniel? Are you sure? Are you sure that's not denial? It's okay. It's okay to be ginger. Oh, got it. I'm just going to grab all of this. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, I mean, has quick selection tool got a buff as well? Because that seems to be, even object selection tool, that seems to be even better now as well. Right, I was going to use this for the rubble, sort of front and center. So, yeah, something like this. Quick selection tool is getting exactly what I want. I hope there's not like a thing a terms and conditions I've agreed to where it can actually read my mind or my eyes or my facial expressions and it's just nailing exactly what I want. Also, let me know how the audio is, if it's too loud or too quiet. I've tweaked a couple settings, so hopefully it's good, but as always, I'm paranoid that I've screwed something up. Right. Okie dokie. Rocky Ground. Oblivion. Oops. And we're just doing this first bit of composing everything. Don't need to do anything fancy right now. This should fit quite nicely. I'm feeling good about this. This is going to be the easy bit. I'm also, because I got a reference image as well. For anyone who's just joined, this is what I'm working to. So, and it looks simple, but we'll see. We'll see. Right, let's just get that random bit of floating rubbish. If you want to check your cutouts, just throw in like a grey background. Everything like that becomes very, very immediate. Oh no, why has everything gone red? Is that like quick masking or something? Channels? What have I done? Shit. Every time I press Q for quick masking, it throws me because it's just a feature I've never used. I just don't need to. So there's some options here as well. If I do these, if I just accidentally press the wrong keyboard shortcut, it's just like, oh wait, shit, what have I done? Oh, this is gonna be so sick. This is gonna be so cool. Hopefully, we'll just asterisk. Hopefully, we'll stick in the little disclaimer. Right. I do need more. Do I need more towers? Although arguably, actually, no. I can reuse this one because this is from the same castle, so it would make sense that they are sort of the same. And then I can just destroy this one a bit more. So we'll just stick it in the background and maybe ruin it a bit. Yeah, you go over there and tilt. Tilt. Lean it like you mean it. Yes, Dan, I'm half. This lovely golden weave is authentic and natural. I can't help it if it's also blessed with highlights of ruby, amber, and garnet. I was born like this. Now that is very fancy indeed. Like people used to take the piss out of me because I would say I'm not ginger, I'm strawberry blonde, which I can't arguably I am. But I've never heard someone describe themselves as an authentic and natural golden weave blessed with highlights of ruby, amber, and garnet. It's much more grandiose, I think. Would love a crack at this one. I admit, Kerry, you were the first person I thought of. Because it's sort of similar to a lot of the Star Wars techniques that we did. So yeah, whatever I generate and use. Sorry if I'm shouting, by the way. I've got like music blaring in my ear. Hey, Igor. But yeah, similar techniques. But that's why, yeah, I'm gonna. So anything I use, obviously with the exception of brushes and brushes and assets and things, I'm gonna try and do it so I can share the images so you can have a crack yourself. And also goes without saying, if you're a course member and you have a crack at this and you get stuck, or you want feedback, or you want pointers, whatever it is, please do send me a DM in the Discord or email me or whatever, because I'm more than happy to see what you've done, and if you're not sure about something, maybe give you some pointers, whatever. Like, I'm more than happy to help. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to promote my own courses today, aren't I? Is there a link? I don't know if there is a link in the description. Oh goodness. Strawberry blonde is just ginger. Great. The Leaning Tower of Dansky. Yeah, I'll take that. I've just realised as well, Rianne, we didn't put the cinnamon bun in the Star Wars artwork. Slap on the wrist there. We're gonna have to get a cinnamon bun in here somewhere. To miss thy bun is unacceptable. Yeah, this is a really good start. Okay, I need some more castles. Where's my castles? This is the platform that I'm using, by the way. It's so good. It's so much better than... It's great because you can just generate your own assets on a plain background specifically. Like, I don't want the AI stuff to do any of the actual work or the creativity for me. I just need the pieces. Um, what am I going to search for? Let's do castle ruins on hillside, and we'll go with like a widescreen. So I just hopefully get like a wide shot. We'll do a couple of them. Hey, Isaac. According to my mother, there was no evidence of this in photos. I was born platinum blonde. I had a patch of deep red across the crown of my head. Mm. So you are unique then. Love it. I mean, despite being ginger, there was a period in my life where I had a black stripe down the middle of my head, like a ginger skunk. But that was courtesy of two friends and too much alcohol. Ha! Bad choices. We've all made them. It was permanent as well, so that had to grow out. You got ginger on both sides and then just a big black stripe down the middle. Look ridiculous. I just yeah, that's low res, isn't it? I'm sorry, I gotta. It's a nice hillside minus the big fluffy bush. I'm going to upscale you because I'm a greedy monkey. Poppy's not here, Reese. Where is she? She's out with the boys and her dad at the minute. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta be nice now, Rianne. We sent you a teddy. Didn't you didn't you read the terms and conditions on the label of the teddy? Thou shalt be nice to Dan forever. Skunksky, yeah, thanks, Moosh. Skunksy. I like it. Very good. Yeah, if I had to find a picture, Rianne, I probably could find one. Yeah, I got some old pictures. We could do that sometime. That'd be hilarious. You can't put terms and conditions on a surprise. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Upon opening this gift, you automatically confirm receipt and agree to the following terms and conditions. Oh no, don't be normal, Daniel. Normal's boring. Be weird and wonderful. Right, why is my generation's taking a bit longer than I would like, and I'm getting impatient. What other things do I need? Oh, I'm here. I got to do a flaming Oblivion logo. So we may as well do that, actually. You would, I would, Rianne. I really would. Hey, there we go. Right, finally. Finally. Okay, let's do a bit of pen tooling. We'll do this in Illustrator because it's just got better drawing tools. This doesn't need to be anything pretty. It doesn't need to be clean because we're going to inflame the damn thing anyway. But we may as well do a clean one. Okie dokie. Right. Do a straight line. And we'll work with like green or I don't know, blue, some contrasting color so I can see what I'm actually doing. Actually, no, I don't know why I've done that. That's a terrible idea, Dan. We're going to use basic shapes. There's no point pen tooling it. We could probably use geometric shapes, actually, and we just get better curves that way. So if I'm doing the left side here, yeah, you see that? Perfect. Boom. This one's a little bit lower, so we're just going to resize that. This one, this kind of comes in like half a crescent shape, crescent moon or whatever. And then that one is a little bit smaller. So you see what I'm doing? This is, in my opinion, just the best way to design as well. It just makes things so much easier. Got a curve there, so we could basic shape that, but I'm just going to pen tool it because I'm a walking legend. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. Right. There we go. I said this doesn't need to be perfect, and here's me like perfecting it. Right, Command or Control Y for outline mode. This is how you can kind of line things up a lot better. So we'll see if I select all this and then grab my shape builder tool. I don't think it's going to select everything because oh, I got most of it. Okay, this one just needs to be a tiny bit bigger. There we go. That should let me grab the top bit, and then we can just knock out all of this stuff. Whoops, nope, too much. Calm down, Dan. Yeah. So, obviously not perfect. You could do some cleanup, but I don't need to because this is going to be covered in fire anyway. Smooth tool if you really want to just smooth a few bits out. Yeah, that'll... Little rounded bit there, bit there. That's more than adequate. And we'll just call that symbol. And then we'll drop that in. I'm just going to size it up. So it kind of goes through the helmet. Looking at the reference, just kind of clips his foot a little bit. And, okay, so a little bit higher. Oh, of course, I've got a different, my soldier's a different shape. So I might actually just skew mine a bit as I need to. No, that's too wide. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, something like that's all right. Yeah, that's okay, I think. Hopefully. A little bit taller, maybe. We'll turn it off for now because we don't need it just yet. Oh, thank you, Igor. Hey, so creative. How you doing? Oh, good stuff. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully it's helpful. Yeah, I like doing this stuff. And hopefully hopefully I'm good at teaching this kind of stuff as well, because I've been through that process of making work that I didn't like and like, this is a bit rubbish. And a lot of those things, whether it's shadows, highlights, lighting, balancing exposure, color, stuff that I cover in both my Photoshop courses actually. That's the stuff I've really improved on, probably in the last few years the most, and it's had the biggest impact on my work. Oh yeah, I was generating something, wasn't I? There we go. Land. Excellent. Right. What do I want? I'm going to take it all. Give me your castle. Right. I'm going to take the bush as well because I can. But we'll leave out the tree on the left. There we go. Sorry, Daniel, I get carried away. Give me your soul now. Right. We'll call this... Oh, God, I can't see the keyboard anymore. Oh. You'd think after this many years I could just perfectly touch type, but no. Oh, this should look pretty cool. Should I get away with reusing the same thing, or is that lazy? I might get away with that.
Poppy has arrived.
Huh?
Queen Poppy has arrived.
Oh, how marvelous. Hi.
Hello.
Oh, it's back.
It?
Yeah.
Oh, your hair feels so nice.
It does feel nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, you did a good job.
Oh, you messaged. Driving home now, so you get... Were you messaging in the chat while you were driving?
No, I wrote it before I drove. Hello.
Why are you leaning on me?
Good.
Ah!
Oh, I like that.
What?
That.
Good. I'm glad you like that.
Did you do that?
See, look at the camera replay. You're causing me distress on camera because you're suffocating me with your invasion of my personal space.
I need to get the sock puppet out again.
No, you don't. We've got some serious work here.
I liked your voice.
What voice?
The deep voice.
That's just my normal voice.
What you did?
I need like an emergency bell.
We've got a bell.
No, it needs to not the course promo anymore. It needs to change to like help, like a cry for help. What am I doing? I've totally forgot.
Oh, right. I'll open up the laptop.
No, Kerry, don't encourage it.
That's not too bad.
He wants the sock puppet.
Okay.
No, please no.
2.0. I feel like it's very echoey in here.
It's a little bit. We do need a background. Yeah. I think probably just some basic clouds would. Sky, clouds. The background's like... Oops. The background's very... You can't really make a lot out. There's just some clouds there. They're kind of dark. So I think I could probably just get away with anything. Smoke, though, would be good. I might have some smoke brushes. Oh, not that. Okay. Grey, miserable. Oh, for goodness sake, Dan, I can't spell. Grey, miserable sky clouds. And then black smoke trail on plain light background. I probably got brushes I could use, but You know, having some real smoke could be handy as well. Oh, these cloud generations are terrible. This isn't what I wanted. Okay. Yeah, like even yeah, that's fine. Yeah, either of those would be good. That is not what I wanted. Oh, crap. That's what I put. Black smoke trail, not not a bloody truck. Whoops. Moosh, no. Hey, Paul. Socksky. Oh, we know that's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. Ugh.
Where's the camera? Is it up there again?
Hey, Tom, how's it going? Yeah, we'll leave that for now. I think I might end up using brushes for that.
Oh, you got some black stuff on you. There you go.
Will you get off me? Get off,
You got a course.
Tom. Interesting's one word for it. Can you just go away?
Okay.
I've got serious work to do here. Right, we're gonna move the sky up. There we go. Get
Oh
off.
no, I got black stuff on you again. Hold on, I'm trying to get it off. No! You killed Socksky!
Socksky's gone. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we've got to match the height. I think this is actually coming together really well. And because of the reference image, because a lot of the background, as you can see on this one, because most of this is all one sort of tonally, it's very kind of blacks, dark browns, oranges, reds. We could probably actually do a lot of that in black and white. Add a gradient map to adjust the color, and then do all the fire and lighting effects on top. So normally you'd have to like color balance all these images, but we might actually just get away with just doing it all black and white. If we're really lucky. But we'll see. I'm going to shrink these down a bit. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Just so it's not as... It's a little bit more in the distance.
Aww.
I'm just going to do one more. Maybe a medieval city skyline. Looks like the Anolondo Knights. Yes, Tom. Great armor set. That was the armor set that I used to clink around in. Oh, it's yes, the helmet. You're right. Obviously, the helmet's a lot thinner, but it's the horns on the helmet. When I searched for this, I typed in Dragon Rider armor and helmet, and that's what came back. So, yeah, I mean, you could use generative fill on the background. I'm just I try to avoid using generative fill for whole large areas, just so I can get more quality. I mean, the quality has got better, but you know, if I can get a real sky, it's just going to help, or generate something with Visual Electric that I want the sort of. I kind of want to strike a balance between the photorealism side of it, rather than it looking like a piece of digital art or a painting or anything. So sort of realism and whatever the other thing I was going to say was. What was I going to say? Realism and something that my my brain's totally forgotten. But anyway, never mind. Oh no!
What?
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh my god! What the?
What are you laughing at?
Sock ski!
Oh my god! That is amazing.
Da da da!
Needs a beard.
All right, there we go, and we're done. So thank you for joining the stream. That is amazing. Oh, goodness me. Old 14th century. When I first played through, I couldn't get through Gwyn, so I sponged him in full Havel armor. Nice. Nice. I mean, that'll do it. I don't think there's a heavier, more poise-centric build than full Havel with the Great Shield as well. And the club. Is it the club? Right, I need really old. Really old. Am I typing the right search in here? I need to go back more years. Maybe I'm thinking 12th century. Dragon Tooth, yeah, that's it. I remember finding him after you beat the very first boss. Is it the Taurus demon or something? And you go down to the bottom and he's there, and I was just so intent on beating him early game, and eventually I did with my little crappy build. This could be good. That could work. I've got some architecture in there. Yeah, it's funny, games like that, especially the original Dark Souls, like it's got a way of telling you you're going the wrong way. Like as soon as I got to Firelink Shrine, you're supposed to go up into Undead Burg, obviously, and the enemies there get a little bit tougher. But I was going down towards the catacombs trying to fight the skeletons and just kept getting my ass kicked relentlessly. And then after going through that for far too long, I kind of realized that, oh yeah, maybe I'm not supposed to go that way. Oh yeah, I if that's what I think it is, Daniel. I've noticed something like that where I'm trying to select individual anchor points and it won't select them. It's happened on stream as well. I mean, Tom, I got stuck in the catacombs Me and my brother went down and we did like loads of the catacombs, Tomb of the Giants, all that stuff. But because we didn't know the game that well at that point, we got stuck in the catacombs, and it was like, shit, how do we get out of here? And it just took so long. And by the time we got back up to that big sort of circling staircase, and we got out and we saw the light again of the skeleton graveyard area, it was just like, oh my god, we're finally out of the darkness. It was oh, such a relief. Okay, right, let's get this in, and then we're going to move on to the actual challenging bit. This is the composition, this is the easy bit. Oh, the sock puppet, Rianne. Can you imagine just walking down an alley, a dark alley at night, and you see that coming towards you with the sock puppet and the googly eyes? I mean, there's not a lot of things that faze me, but my goodness, if I saw that coming down the alley, we'd be doing a 180 straight away. No, thank you. Oh, getting lost in the catacomb. Oh, right. I thought you meant the sock puppet. Yeah, I mean, we're not talking about real catacombs. Just just for clarity, I've never actually been lost in real catacombs. We're talking about Dark Souls. Just for anyone else wondering as well. All right, okay. Grab me some town. Oh, I'm gonna have to do a better job than that, aren't I? Right, let's try and get through this because I want to actually get on to the good stuff. Although I sort of don't as well because it's going to be difficult. Right. That'll do. Right, this next bit's where it's either going to go right or sort of okay, or it's going to go horribly wrong. At which point I will just cry. But we'll see. Oh, hang on, that's way too big. Oh, that is not really a skyline, is it? Okay. I'm gonna have to get rid of the cathedral because it's just way too big. I just need kind of like the tops of the buildings and stuff. Right, let's do this nice and quick. Get a grey in there. Look at all the terrible bits of leftover path that I've missed. Right, let's just get rid of that. Do 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 do. Let's make it darker because I'm pretty sure there's lots there. Yeah, look at this. You don't want to miss that. Sometimes I'll get to the end of an entire piece of work, and then I'll see all of these little lines, and it's like, oh, how did you miss that, Dan? Come on. You're better than this. All right. Okay. Perspective doesn't really match up, but it's going to be very silhouetted anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. And then maybe just a little bit in the middle there. Just kind of behind him. Okay. Right, now we've got to break this into different distances. So we're going to hide Keith for now. And how am I going to label this actually? I'm going to go with levels. Try something different. I don't normally label it like this, but we'll try something different. So this is going to be the closest to the camera. So this is like level 1. And then what do we got here? We've got we've got 3 towers. So they're going to be level 2. So we're just working our way back towards the distance. So what do we got? Level. Or actually, no, we'll put them in folders. We'll put them in folders. That's easier rather than level 1ing everything. So we'll go level 1. Level 2. Is that everything? Yeah. I've got level 3, which is the next layer back. Yeah. It's been 10 years. Wake up, Dan! And then clouds. That's kind of its own thing entirely, so we'll leave that. So we've got 4 levels. And what we need to do now is we need to add that. Oh, this looks different. And you don't remember it looking like that. Nice. Okay, and this is my exposure checker. So I'm going to keep this here probably for the whole process. So exposure checker. Because normally you have to balance the exposure between the different images. And we are still going to have to do that, but we won't need to color balance it because it's all going to be the same sort of color. Probably, maybe, hopefully. So when it comes to balancing exposure, we add a black and white layer at the top so we can actually strip out the color from the equation. Trying to balance exposure with color is just making it even harder. So, and the goal here is to look at, like, let's say we've got the foreground here. I like the foreground, that's good. You want to balance the light and dark areas between the different images together. So this one here, for example, if I go and we'll add some curves to it. I'm going to try and balance the exposure so it matches the foreground. So I might kind of make it a bit darker and just introduce a bit more contrast. Let's see how that looks. Now I could probably copy that to this one. I might even get away with copying it to... Actually, that one's not too bad on its own. We'll do it anyway. Actually, this isn't all that bad. This one at the back, you can see there's like a lot more mid-grays. So, and this one here has probably got too many highlights. So you can see here in the foreground, we've got like a lot of gray. And a few highlights there. So I think for this one, we're just going to have to bring down the highlights a bit. And then just pull it down, pull the midtones down a bit. So a little bit of a bend. Maybe not too much. See the ground here, we're trying to match this as well. And then the one in the back. Actually, that one's going to be so faint, it probably doesn't really matter. Okay, so that'll do for now. And this is the tricky bit. Is trying to blend them. Oh, it's always difficult. I've got to try and think how to do this. There's so many ways you can do this as well. I could do it by adding fog between each layer. So like a kind of a layer of fog that would blur more of them as they go back. We'll try that first. Will we? Or maybe exposure. I could. We'll try this, actually. We'll try this. Whoops. So I'm just adding an exposure adjustment layer and clipping it. And just kind of working from the back towards the front. Does this make sense? Just dialing it down a bit. Okay. So we've just got this kind of staggered look to it. I mean, that's probably not a bad start, actually. Obviously, the one at the back looks a bit weird. Yeah, so I might have to drop the exposure down, and maybe a little bit with you as well. Yeah, this is cool because it is in the distance as well, so it's gonna be darker. And that one at the back, I almost want that fully silhouetted. Level 1, do I want that? Set that back to 0. Ah, no. And then maybe just push that, just push it a tiny bit. Does that make sense, what I did there? And even though we've kind of bumped up the offset, we could then add like a curves layer on top to just pull the whole thing back down if we needed to. But we've got that like graduation now, you know what I mean? So yeah. Yeah, that worked actually quite well. I sometimes use a different technique where I add the fog between. We will still do that. But I mean, this is a good starting point to just create that separation and just get into the mindset of working in different levels at different distances. I've not wrapped my head around anything since the sock puppet. Oh yeah. He said something about Oblivion in a castle or something. Anyway, where's the sock puppet gone? Where's Poppy? Okay, got Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy. There is a very strong vignette on this design as well. So I'm not going to keep it on for the whole thing because that will be something I turn on at the end. What's the best way to do a vignette? Yeah, we could do it this way. Exposure adjustment layers are really cool because they're just literally a bunch of sliders. Curves can be a bit more intimidating if you're not familiar with curves. I cover this in my masterclass, my beginner course. Promo link. Send a promo link. Sorry, slight cough. Right, reverse.
Is it still the same link that you gave me, or is there a new one?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Alright.
I think so. I do need to sort out some updated ones. Something that's quite exciting actually is I signed up to a service recently called RevTrack, and it actually enables me to. I had to go through and update like 600 to 700 video descriptions. It was horrific, but it enables me to track the data a bit more and see where my course sales are coming from. So if in fact, just while we're here, if you have enrolled in one of my courses at all, where did you find me? What was it that made you enroll? Because you know, I've got videos, streams, websites, and all sorts, but without the data to know like where people are coming from and what made them actually think, oh yeah, I want to sign up and learn from this guy. It's quite hard to make sort of more informed decisions.
Because he's ginger.
Because I'm ginger. Yeah, that is 100% the reason. Right, we're going to call this vignette. So that will be there, but we'll leave that for now.
Yes, Daniel.
You okay, Dansky? Drink water. Why have I got to? Why do I need to drink water? Oh, right, because I'm coughing. I'm thinking about it, Tom. I am thinking about it. Have you played it?
Isn't that what you downloaded?
Yeah, I started a pound for 2 weeks trial on PC, but I'm more of a PS5 person. Need to drink gin as well. I mean, I've got some whiskey in there,
Yeah,
and I've got sugar-free apple tango. Right. So yeah. Okay. So I will need to add that curves layer back in, just because the soldier armor is like a really nice contrast. So. In fact, we could do this with levels, actually. Levels is a good alternative. It's like less complicated.
PS5 alive.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you see here, when we're talking about balancing exposure, remember I said we're balancing the darkest parts of different images? You can see here, the darkest parts of Keith, that is very, very, very dark. And the darkest parts here, they're not. So we need to just balance them. You don't want to go too far, because it can like ruin the image, but we've got to go far enough that it actually kind of matches. Yeah, and that looks alright. That's got no color correction on it whatsoever, and I mean, it could be worse. So, next step. Let's... Okay, catch you later, Daniel. That's enough ginger for me today. That's funny. I was a Skyrim man, so I didn't try Oblivion. Very tempted. I think things like the combat and some of the mechanics are better in Skyrim because Oblivion's an older game. But in terms of if you go and watch some before and after videos of like when Oblivion came out versus this, the graphics and the like material physics and stuff is insane. So the gameplay is very much like it's still quite old and quite simple combat. But the actual world, they've just realized it so amazingly. Right, so we're going to use a gradient map now. Let's see if this works. And we're going to try... let's get rid of our black and white layer. That's what we want. And we can now try and find the right sort of colors. So we are going to have pretty much black. So possibly something like this. I think that will maybe start us off. We'll see. We'll see where we go. Right. Background levels, and then we can clip those. So we're not even thinking about the sky, although actually we probably should include that in there because the sky is going to be like red like everything else as well. So something like that. And now we've got to try adding the fog. So again, we're going to do this in black and white because it's... Actually, no, we'll do it in color. No. We'll do it black and white. And we'll just check how it looks. So we're going to add a solid color layer. We'll try some different colors. I've got to try and find the right fog color. And this is for level 4, first of all. This is hard. How am I going to do this? No, let's do it like this, actually. Because then I can see how the end result's going to look. So we're going to change the flow to 2%. Make sure you've got a nice soft brush. And this one, we're going to unclip that. Let's bump it up a bit. Just brush over like that. And then we'll duplicate it up here. Give it a fresh mask. And just brush in some fog down here, kind of more along the bottom. So you kind of get the detail along the top. And then as you get further towards the bottom, the fog's going to be like a bit thicker. Then we've got the castles here. We're actually just we're gonna brush over all of them first of all, and then we'll do a second pass. Probably gone in way too hard, but that's fine. We can select all of them and we can adjust the opacity if we need to. This is going to take a lot of rebalancing. And then we need one for the foreground. So all of this here, we're going to actually clip this one because I don't want to spill over the background too much. So we're going to blur out a lot of this. So let's very aggressively brush this in. And then we'll do a bit around the front, but then we just got more over here. And kind of a little bit less there. Much closer to the subject. And if you get this right first time, then congratulations, you actually deserve a medal because this is hard. I find this stuff hard anyway. And I'll do a bit up there. And it's hard to even know if we've picked the right colors. You know, you might want something more desaturated. So let's just try and quickly change them all just to see how it looks. Actually, no, I think it looked right before. There we go. Oh, Dishonored's amazing. Oh, no, it's not looking good yet. It's not looking good yet. This is this is the beginning of a very long process. Level 1. Right, I'm going to get rid of this rock here because his foot is stepping on it. So we're just going to get rid of that. No, I'm actually at home. I've got a green screen behind me, Zakir. Do you think artificial intelligence will harm you in the future? No, because I won't let it. I will always find a way to adapt and evolve and do whatever is necessary. Okay. Right. So but this is all right actually. This is a pretty good start. It doesn't look good yet. But we're getting there. I'm going to try something. I'm going to just try tweaking the color on one and using a blending mode. Got to be careful going with blending modes too soon, but I might be able to get a really cool look. I'm not sure. No. Right. So for the soldier, he's not actually going to have any color on him at all, pretty much. So we're going to desaturate him, not all the way down. We'll just leave a tiny little bit of color. But he's going to have like red highlights and all sorts. In fact, if we just copy that gradient map and plonk it on him. Yeah, it can be very tempting to use blending modes sometimes, but it's very easy to sort of rush into them. So maybe not as pronounced as that, but... And we need to add... We need to add the smoke, don't we? See if I got any good brushes. We'll try and find a smoke brush. Hmm.
Crazy seagulls outside.
Hey?
And crazy seagulls outside.
Crazy seagull. Oh, is that a seagull?
Yeah.
I thought it was a cat. So just using
Oh, God.
some smoke brushes that apparently I've got from somewhere.
It sounds like a cat and a seagull. Weird. What's going on out there, Roo?
Not bad as a first pass. Yeah, that could be a heck of a lot worse, I'll be honest. Even brushes as well. This stuff is quite hard, you know. You're not going to just get it nail it first time. But we're just building it up piece by piece. The hardest part is going to be layering it all up. Because I've got to go and stick these in the right place now. And unfortunately, I've put them all on the same layer. Which isn't ideal. Whoops. Right, we've got smoke. And we've got the symbol that's going to go there. We're going to hide the soldier for a minute, actually. Just to focus on this stuff. And the clouds.
Package.
Hmm?
We got a package.
You got a package?
It's this neon sign.
Oh, yeah. Right, let's make this darker. Right. Ah, that's what I want, but on the cloud level. Yeah, there we go. Maybe a bit more linear, because I'll have that vignette at the end.
Sorry.
So, something like... She's not sorry. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. Yeah, so it's a bit like it down here. Gives it a nice graduation. I think these ones here. Need a bit of tinkering. Oh, this stuff is so tricky. It's very easy to get to this first hurdle, if you want to call it that. But then getting the right balance is harder. So we've set up all the pieces and now it's going to be like jumping backwards and forwards. You see here, like if I do that, you kind of lose the detail, but you want to retain a little bit of detail, but not too much. But you want it to get a bit lighter and a bit more foggy as you go further back. And this one, got to be careful with transparency as well, because we don't want the clouds. No, we don't want the clouds showing through. So I could do. Oh, maybe we'll get away with that. Sometimes you get, if you've got like lots of detail in your clouds, then you make elements like physical structures in the distance transparent, then you'll get the clouds showing through. But here, I might get away with it. Will you just calm down?
There we go. I'm done. I'm done with the noise.
You're doing it on purpose now, aren't you? Do you just want attention? That's what it is.
Ooh.
And then level 1. I think we need some. Actually, I wonder if I can use this smoke brush. Yeah, actually, this could work for some fog. Levels. Let's go in the red channel. No, actually, we'll leave that alone. Obviously, you see with the gradient map, when you turn that off, it's horrific. And normally I wouldn't do that, but because we don't need to color balance it, it doesn't matter. We do kind of need to add that fire though, because that fire is going to be casting some sort of light, and then that light's going to affect all these rocks, and it's going to, at the moment, everything looks very like flat one color, and that's from this gradient adjustment layer. We could try and add like a yellow in maybe. This might help everything feel a bit more less flat. Is that a cat?
What else would it be?
I don't know. I don't know why I said that. Is it a cat? No, damn, it's a horse. Yeah, so you can see it's just finding a balance. Maybe a little bit of something like that. So before and after. So it's a little bit brighter, a little bit yellow, but vignette as well. How are we going to blend that? What's going to be a good blending mode? Oops.
Oh, that is cool.
What's cool?
The light.
Oh, the neon.
Mm.
Let's go a bit wider. And then we will have some foggy bits. So let's get some, not mist, fog. I got some more. Ah, there we go. Where are you? Come back. Fog brushes. That's not really what I want. One, two. Yeah, it's too dark. Yeah, I need more pronounced edges than that. Maybe cloud. Yeah, this might be a bit better. Just lets me just brush it in a bit more. Kind of something like that. Ooh. If you make a mistake, just undo it and go back. And then it's a bit over the top as well. It's almost like making my own vignette there. Yeah, I might actually go with that instead of the actual vignette. Did you change the camera angle? Nope. Still the same angle. We've got Keith there. I want to be careful adding too many effects like this though. Because they look good, but if I rush into it, it might end up not looking right. This stuff here is the fundamental stuff. And it's still not right yet. And this is probably the most important part, is getting this right. So we're literally just hopping backwards and forwards between the layers. And then just... yeah, I think this is going to make a big difference. This little fog brush I'm using. Yeah, this is pretty, this is cool. And you want to make it random as well. Like I'm using this at 30% flow. So you can kind of just streak it backwards and forwards, change the size, and you're going to get different sizes of fog as well. Might brush a bit there. A bit more towards the bottom, maybe. Ah, right. So you see there, because we're brushing and we're using transparency, the bits behind start showing through. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to hide them for a second because I can sort that out in a minute. The reason we're kind of doing this is just to obscure everything slightly, but also you have the fog a bit lower down the bottom. Fog would typically sit lower and closer to the ground. And then obviously we just need to go in there and just remove some of the building behind so we don't get that weird transparency issue. There we go. Yeah, that looks a heck of a lot better. That has made a massive difference. And obviously blur as well. We haven't even got to that yet. We should blur things as we get further back. So we'll do that in a sec. Level 1. I can't really brush away. I can't really brush this because you're going to see everything behind. So how am I going to do what I've done to the rest? I'm going to get rid of the smoke actually because it's not important. So I've got to do what I've done to the rest, but just to this one. But I can't do it. That's some top tier stream. Oh, thank you. I'll take that. So I think at this point, I might just add another solid color adjustment layer. I've got one already, but I'm just going to have like another layer of fog, and then I can just run it here. This is all further away, so again, fog. The fog where the bottom of the castle is kind of close to that, so we're just running it along the edge. You see the fog? Yeah, it's all over here, obscuring it. Obscuring it. Have some fog up close. Maybe, yeah, a bit in the middle. Some streaks coming across. We're doing the streaks randomly so the fog isn't too uniform. Then we'll do a bit behind. That's looking better. That is looking considerably better. Even if we need to rebalance the levels, we can do that across the entire thing up here. So I can darken it or whatever, but we've like got the fog and the distance is getting better. I've just got to make sure like there. I'm just seeing. You see I've got a transparency issue there. Nice. Welcome to the madhouse. Poppy's just put a neon sign up.
I'll pop it in the Discord.
Yeah, chuck it in the Discord. I mean, I know I always say this, but if you do this sort of work and it looks crap when you first start, just don't be discouraged. It's just, you know, it's just part of the process. And if you're a course member, just send me your work and I'll try and help where I can. Sometimes it's just a case of having a look at it and then going, oh yeah, you just need to add this here, or you've used the wrong adjustment layer, or do you know what I mean? So if you're a student for one of my courses, please don't suffer in silence. Yeah, this is looking cool. And then the smoke. I mean, that's way too intense, but that will come down a bit, I think.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes, there is. There's two Illustrator courses. There's first class, which is beginner to intermediate level, and then there's the Illustrator Masterclass, which is coming in a few weeks on the 15th of May. And that's essentially the masterclasses teach the best of what I can teach with the software. That was kind of the starting point for the master classes. Like the first class ones, they bring you into the software and actually do get very advanced. But if you want to kind of just learn how I do everything that I do, so this sort of photo manipulation, illustration, graphic design, web design, like designing a landing page, advanced photo retouching, shadows, lighting, all that stuff, the stuff that I do all the time on the streams. If you want to learn that, that's where like your Photoshop masterclass or your Illustrator masterclass would be. And it's worth considering because you can do it yourself with free tutorials, and you could spend, you do what I did and spend 20 years learning it, or just let me teach you. So, you know. Right. The background's definitely getting there. I don't want to sit and stare at it for too long, but it's going to have more work done on it, basically. So I think now we're going to move on to soldier pants. And I've been putting off this damn symbol. I've been putting this off because it's going to be flipping hard. Oh, hello. You took your time. What are you going to do here? You going to sniff the microphone? Sorry, excuse me. I'm just going to have to readjust everything. Okay. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work. Don't sit on the pen display. Get your ass off my pen display. All right. All right. You can stay. Just let me know if the audio's a bit funny. The cat's now come between us. Yeah, so even these smoke effects, you can see it's very easy to get carried away. I got a bit carried away there. So, right. Oh, okay, let's try and set this thing ablaze. Now I've got an entire lesson in the Photoshop Masterclass. I don't know if you've seen this yet, Raquel. It's module, I want to say 5. It's one of the last things in the module on typography. And it's setting text ablaze. And it's pretty much that. And I've just got to remember how on earth I did it. I've probably still got the fire brushes. In fact, I might even have my fire action. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? I have to go and watch my own course lesson. So yeah, fire, you want to be very careful with opacity. You don't want to be brushing in or dropping the opacity on fire because it will look terrible. So I think I should have an action for this. Let me see. So I'll stamp in a bit of fire. Obviously that looks terrible, but
that ghost person's tired.
they're tired. Tired or bored. Right, symbol. Okay, let's make it there we go. Yeah, there we go. There's the action. Yes. Oh, look at that. You got to get the values slightly right. So what's that? I think I got it slightly wrong there. So I'm going to... how am I going to do this? I'm going to make my own action for this particular piece. So, first of all, I need some grey, because I need to see what the hell I'm doing. Right, so let's look at this for a second. So these are the different colours we've got. Right, so this action, got to remember what the blending modes are as well. So this will become clear what I'm doing in a second. Right, let's call that cheese, because I'm getting muddled up with my layers. We'll go action. Okay, so first layer, normal, screen, and then color dodge. Right, screen and color dodge. Screen and color dodge. Okay, so the first thing is to download some fire brushes. You can find plenty of free ones online. I'd recommend starting with like a red. We'll start there. Stamp it in at 100%. If it's a bit too faint like that, you can stamp it in twice. I'm going to drop it to 50% and I'm going to stamp it 3 times. I think doing 200% stamps was a bit much, but 3 50% ones will add up to 150, which is kind of perfect. So once you've got the red, what we need to do now is make a new folder. We'll call this, oh my god, this is difficult with the cat in the way. Ugh. Oblivion, fire. You're not moving, are you, Crumble? Oh, I don't want him to move, really. So actions, right. So now we're recording. We're recording our action. And I've got to do this and not screw it up. So we're going to duplicate that. We'll change the blending mode to screen. Command or Control U to bring up hue saturation. And we're going to go to the right. Now, what this value needs to be is a little bit of guesswork. But I'm going to go plus 15. Duplicate again. Change the blending mode to color dodge. And again, we're going to go plus 15. And then let's hit stop. And that looks utter rubbish. Why does that look rubbish? That is a good question. Right, let's try it again. Yeah, that was right, wasn't it? Was it screen color dodge, or have I muddled up the order? What? What's going on? Ah, yeah. So you see, I got the values wrong. I didn't go high enough. It's probably good to practice actually beforehand. Where are you? Is the screen still working? So essentially what you want to have is you want 3 layers, a red, an orange, and a yellow. And you need to adjust the hue on each of them with the screen and color dodge. Yeah, is it color dodge? Color dodge blending modes until you get something realistic. You can see here, this is a bit better. This one just looks a bit flat, but it's also changing the color. Yeah, that's no good. Yeah, that looks a lot better. It's hard because you want to try and get it right in your action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try that again. In fact, I've got an idea. I've got a plan. Right, we'll just stamp that in. We'll go with 100% actions. No, the cat's sitting down now. Once you get it right, it's you save it and then you can reuse it, but it's just getting it right. Had to walk the cats.
Oh.
Nice. Okay. We'll duplicate. We'll change that to screen. We'll adjust this. Duplicate. Color dodge, and we'll adjust it again. There we go. You just got to go high enough. You see, I'm going quite high, and then it just hits a point where it starts to look better. Now we don't want to go and click on any other layers. Oh, what is the keyboard shortcut? The keyboard shortcut to select the layer below.
Girt wings are in Porter's head. Girt wings are in Porter's head.
No way. They're not.
Mm-hmm.
They are not.
Yeah, till 8 p.m.
Is it alter option down? Oh, no shit, it's not. Alter option shift down? No. Oh, I can't remember the keyboard shortcut. Oh, there's a keyboard shortcut to select. No, alter option. There you go. Okay. The reason you need to use a keyboard shortcut to select different layers is because... Oh, that's better. Is because if you've got your layers named and they're not layer 6, they're something else, for example, Photoshop will struggle and the action won't work. So I've got to select. Yeah, there we go. Alter option and then these square brackets. God, I've not had this much problem with the fire before. It usually looks pretty decent. I think my first action was the best, actually. But anyway, what I can show you is what I'm trying to do is if I just click and stamp in some red, that looks rubbish, and then you can run the action and it immediately makes it into fire. Let's try my other action again, actually. And you can play around with different blending modes as well. You don't have to stick to the ones I'm using. Oh, cat. Get off. Let's try this one. Yeah, and then tweak the top. I think it was just that top layer. Oh, that's not too far, actually, away from that. Do you know, I think what it is, I think it's because I'm looking at it on a grey background. I'm not used to seeing it on a grey. So let's just turn that off. I mean, that looks pretty good, actually. Yeah. It turns out it wasn't too bad after all. Right, we'll just test it just before I go ahead. Just to double check. I'm going to go back and edit. I'm going to edit this action.
Okay.
There we go. I wonder if I can do that. Just edit it. Stamp it in. play the action. Yes, there we go. It was almost there, but not quite. So even if you mess it up or whatever, you can just go back in there and continue the action. Right, okay, at least I've got one good action. So we'll get rid of Oblivion Fire and we'll just use my one.
I have been summoned.
Summoned to where?
To
whenceforth?
Lara's to help her build a crib.
Yeah, but what about Gertwings? Are you getting Gertwings on the way back?
No.
What do you mean no?
No, we're not getting Gertwings.
How can you suggest Gertwings and then no?
Gertwings, it's not a Thursday thing. Gertwings aren't a Thursday thing. But I need to go build a crib with Mars.
Right, should we get Gertwings?
No, not today.
Start a poll.
Should we? I'm going to be the opposite way. Yes, yes. Oh, they're going to do yes, yeah. No, yes. No, do yes, no. Okay.
No, Kika used to ask me to through little balls of paper for her to catch. Oh, like a dog playing fetch.
So you're cool to have the boys.
What's happening? Something's pressing on something. It's making the volume button come up.
Oh.
Yes, I want Gertwings. Right.
Well, I'm gonna go build a crib and I'll then have some baby cuddles. And
Oh, you enjoy your baby cuddles, and I will. Have we got food for the boys in the house? Have we got anything? We're gonna have to go and get Gertwings. I mean, hang on, right? Hear me out. What about if we didn't actually just go mental and we just had one box of?
That's just not possible.
No, but it needs to be 90%. There we go.
What? So yeah. Oh, gold. Who said no? Can you see? We must burn them.
Right, I've got to set this ablaze now.
Right, I'm going.
All right, I will see you later.
Okay.
Enjoy your baby cuddles.
Thanks.
Say
Bye,
hi,
everyone.
Say hi from me.
Oh, well. You meant know who's saying hi, but
No, I meant to Lara and Mars.
Okay.
I mean, you can say hi to the child from me if you want.
Yeah.
Hello, baby. Alright, this is going to be tricky. The cats abandoned me now. Poppy and the cats have abandoned me. So if you're still here watching this, thank you. Can you stop spamming in the chat, please, or I'm going to boot you out? Right. More fire.
Squeeze my spring string.
What we're doing is I've got a few fire brushes here. You can of course get lots more. We're just no, you've had your cuddles now. We're just brushing in bits of fire. And this can be a very long process. And that's kind of why I picked this design, because this whole thing, it kind of looks very simple. And arguably you could say it is, but it's actually quite difficult to get right. It's good, isn't it? Well, hopefully it will be. It's getting there.
Isn't that the
Oblivion.
Oblivion logo?
Oblivion.
Oblivion.
Right, obviously we don't want to tilt it too much because fire, it generally does follow some sort of laws of physics and does kind of go upwards. Oh, I wish I had more fire brushes. Have I not got more? I must have. No, just these ones. I'm pretty sure I did it in the course lesson. Only uses these brushes as well. So if you do have access to more brushes, then that's amazing. You could, yeah. Should we do that? I mean, oh, I mean, I kind of like I sort of want the challenge of doing it like this, but it would be interesting to do it with Firefly. I've not used it an awful lot, but yeah, I know you can do like you can give it a reference. I've seen people do it as well. Go on then, let's give it a go, just for curiosity's sake. Otherwise, I mean, let's have a look. We'll see what it does. Okay, so I need to grab what do I need to grab? The symbol, like that. Yeah, I mean, if anyone here's used Firefly clearly more than me, that would be amazing. Got to remember how to do it. I know it's really easy to do, but I've just got to... What the hell is that? Oh, Dan. How did you miss that, you sloppy little sausage? Oh, goodness me. That's embarrassing. How did I miss that? Mr. Everything has to be pixel perfect himself. Missed like the most blatant thing. Anyway. Right. So I'm pretty sure it's something like this. So that's going to be the reference. So we'll try that. Sloppy sausage ski. Censoring your prompts. Oh no. That's rubbish. Okay, right. Uncharted territory. Here we come. Ooh, image model 4. Well, excellent. Okay, so describe what you want to generate. Flames and fire on a black background. So I think this is what you do. You generate the image and then you have to upload your like reference. 1 credit per generation. Whatever. That's not what I want. Oh, hang on. Content type. Yeah, no, I want photo. Square's good. Do I need to put realistic fire? Photo. Realistic. Blah, 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 blah. So I think once you actually get the thing, the material, or... I mean, this is actually quite good. I could have used that. So, I mean, I don't know. Should we pick... we could pick that one. Composition. So I think I upload the image. Reference. Strength 100. And then... style. Right. Okay. I think this is... Yeah. Oof, which one? Oh. So I think I have to save that and then use that as the style reference. I'm pretty sure this is it. And then crank the Just crank it all up, I think. And then here we want to go for what sort of lighting? We could just leave it. Yeah, we'll just leave that as it is. Oh my god, look at all the styles. And then we'll hit generate and see what it does. How long have you been into design? Oh, about 20 years. Use fire instead of flames. I mean, actually, to be fair, in addition to brushes... Okay, that's not quite what I wanted. Right. Fire text. Right, I'm just going to watch a quick short. I think I might have done it the wrong way around, actually. Let me just try. The reference, I might have got the thing the wrong way around. It might need to be black and white. I'm not sure, but we'll give it a go. So, composition. We'll go with reference again. We'll just try. Yeah, we've got the style reference as well. Let's give that a go. Not really what I had in mind. Fire on black background. Content type photo. Square. Oh, actually, no, let's go. Ooh, we'll go widescreen just to match. Composition, reference. Oops, sugar. I didn't mean to do that. Ah! Aha! That's oh, okay, I don't want to fill that out. That's more like it. Use as style reference. Yes, that's better. Or even a starting point, and then I can use my own techniques to add to it. Or we could use Firefly to just generate more fire. Warren! Hey, Warren. Rotate the brush. Igor, that is the left and right arrows on the keyboard. Or you could hold shift and do it quicker as well. Right, where's... I want the... I want hyperrealism. I don't know what... This is annoying. This is not easy to navigate. Which category is hyperrealism under? Effects or techniques or... There we go. All right, hyper realistic. Oh, at least I got one there. That one is all right. So we'll download that. These are all crap. Not even remotely close. Even generate similar. But we do have some nice fire brushes, fire graphics as well. So we don't just have to use brushes. So let's have a look. We got symbol. Change the blend mode to screen. And then if we just kind of size that up. Not too bad. That's not too bad. It's not quite perfect. It's got to look a bit more gate-like. But I think I'll leave it there, and I could add my brushes, but I think mixing this and the brushes might look a bit... They're too different. Whereas I think actually, if I grab some of these flames are very similar. So if I don't know, let's just grab this one. Stick it in there. Change the blending mode to screen. You see they sort of fit together stylistically very well. So just duplicate that a few times. Kind of almost build it out of little pieces. And then we need another one. Oh yeah, maybe invert the reference shape. Yeah, we did that. Try ChatGPT. That's okay. Yeah, let's give that a go. Let's type in. Right, I've got to upload that as a style reference. Right, generate me an image of this. I'll call it a logo. Engulfed in flames on a black background. See what it does. Battle of the AI, literally, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty good, Paul. Well, it's generating. May take a moment. Hang on, let me just move it up here. Huh? Oh, the suspense. Oh, that's really good for the edges, actually. Do another one? Please? Okay. Copy image. All right, well, we'll let that bubble away and do another one. Let's try pasting that in. Maybe these two together could maybe they could work as a team. Slightly different shape. Yeah, I might have to puppet warp it a little bit. Yeah, the embers are nice. I mean, you can add those with brushes. Where's it gone? All right. I need it to match the shape exactly. Yeah, it's not quite matching the shape, and I need that. Actually, why don't I upload? I'm gonna upload the one that Firefly did. This is one that another AI did. Can you make it better, more realistic, and most importantly, match the shape of the original reference? Where is it? This one. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they're not really improving. It needs to match the reference a little bit, more. But that does look rather cool, actually. So instead of merging them together, maybe I could use that as the basis. No, I could use that as the basis, actually. And then decorate it with fire from this one. So if I were to do that, let's get my tablet up and just brush some fire around the edge like this, using a fire brush as well. Do you see what I mean? We could brush fire over the main body. I mean, I'm being a bit naughty and using a fire brush to do this, but that's okay. That ain't too bad. And then we'll duplicate it, get rid of the mask, and then we'll do the right side separately. So the fact it doesn't match up it's not the end of the world. Just rotate it a little bit, bring it in, and then I'll just lazily use my flame brush, but we're just kind of filling it with like a fill of fire as well. Oh, this is interesting. I didn't expect this to take this path, but there we go. We live and learn. Oh, I mean, I do get the question about course discounts, but I just can't because it's not fair on other students, you know? And obviously, you know, me selling the courses is like, that is my livelihood pretty much now. Like, YouTube pays me bugger all. So it's just not fair on other people as well. You know, if I start giving some people a discount and other people not. It's not fair, you know? But if you do decide that you like the look of it and you choose to enroll at some point, I'm going to be here many, many years from now, still doing this. So it ain't going anywhere. Right, I think I should probably stop using a flame brush. Although I could rotate it. I'm just trying to clean that top bit. There you go. There you go. That's a bit better. Oh, I mean, this is looking all right, actually. And then what I'm going to do is the AI one. I'm going to actually go round again with the flame brush. And just, how am I going to do this? 1, 2, 3. No, that looks rubbish. Basically, what I need to do is get rid of some of the border so it looks flamey. Unless I liquefy it. Does that do anything, or does that just make it worse? I think the pressure and the density probably needs to come down a bit. I'm just trying to just make it a bit more unpredictable, like fire, so that edge isn't just perfectly smooth. This might look awful, but we'll see. Actually, no, I could work with that. It's a smart filter anyway, so I can turn it off or get rid of it if it if it annoys me at some point. I mean, I could do that as well, I suppose. We've got to be careful using soft brushes. But like that looks pretty cool. Oh dear, what is it? What is it? Has it been 5 seconds since you last had a cuddle? That's looking pretty good, actually. It's not too bad at all. It needs more fire and density, but all of this is a starting point. The vignette, right? So the fire has to okay. Fire and soldier has to go on top because I don't want the vignette to affect any of the lighting effects, or it's going to kind of dull it down. Yeah, that's fine for now. That's more than good enough for now. I can add to that. I could probably add in some custom fire brushes and just use the brushes to kind of fill out some of these bits. I need to make it look more like a gateway as well. Like there's actually something else behind that portal. Oh yeah, there's a discount if you bundle the courses up, Moosh. Yeah. If you get like multiple courses together, then there are those discounts for sure. And the ultimate bundle, you save like 28%, and that's all 5 courses. What I meant, I get asked quite a lot just for money off individual courses. I do get quite a few emails where it's sort of along the lines of, I know you save money with a bundle, but can I have more off? It's to that effect. It's kind of like. All right, let's try and. What are you doing? You're just trying to get attention now, aren't you? You are actively trying just to get my attention. Your brain's. Oh no, you've been recreating charts. Oh no. R.I.P. Moosh's brain. Oh, this could be quite cool, actually. Some. Ooh. Yeah, lighten is quite good. It doesn't keep the whole thing, but just a bit of it. But it could be used to just add a bit more detail. And I'm going to try and get away with reusing this as much as I can, because I'm being very lazy. Do. We'll see. We'll see how far I can take this one piece of fire. Just switching between the lighten blending mode and screen. No, you're going to have to wait or do something. Go and be a cat for a bit. Yeah, this could look pretty cool. Right, I need to organize this. Oh yeah, what was that? Oh, these are the ones I was gonna do my thing to. So hang on. We'll call it fire. We'll run the action. Oh, nice. Yeah, so there we go. The original action was fine. It just needed a quick tweak put on the end. Oh my god, this cat. This cat is just relentless. Yeah, so I've got that one on the right there, just kind of resting on top. But I don't want all of it, so like some of this I can get rid of. So just this bit here, these hard edges. Maybe this. Just gonna blend it a little bit. We don't want like a hard line. So any hard lines like that, we definitely don't want that. Before, after. This is cool, actually. It's actually looking pretty good, and we're using pretty much every technique together. I wasn't sure that was going to work, and I probably should use another flame brush now. But it is actually working quite well. I mean, the fire in the actual thing is just pure chaos. It's not like fire text or anything. It is just like an inferno. Like, so. Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool. Having like a little bit of it sort of coming off the side. Yeah, like on one side, sort of straying off. We just want to make it as unpredictable as possible. Hey, Thomas from Brazil. Thanks, Nam. Yeah, it's whether it's design, it doesn't really change, does it? It's design or courses or whatever. Like, it's just so funny. I always remember, I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been a friend or someone said to me years ago. They use the analogy of like everyone tries to like, as a designer, like, oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Like, could you do it for less and get your price down? And I just, it's such a bizarre thing in that particular creative, like in the creative field. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would be like if I went to a mechanic and said, "Oh yeah, I've got this problem with my car. Can you fix it?" And they said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. You need a new X, Y, and Z. It's going to cost, £200." And I said, "Tell you what, how about 100? How's that sound?" They just look at you like, "What? What you want about?" No. I know it's funny, isn't it? Okay, right. We've got fire now. So now we do have a light source. That is good enough for now to move forward. I've got fire, which is amazing. So now the background looks weird because it doesn't fit. So a lot of the ground down here you don't actually see because it's obscured. So I need to generate dark fog clouds running across the bottom of an image on a light background. It's weird. They're like clouds, but they're kind of almost like ink underwater. It kind of has that sort of look to it. It's these clouds here with the highlight as well. And then yeah, we've got to add some flames to everything. Yeah, and shadows and lighting as well. We're gonna do that at some point. They'd probably deck you, yeah. Just laugh at you, be like, what? What are you talking about? Oh no, wait, where's my fog gone? Has it got rid of my prompt? Thick black, I'm gonna call it fog smoke on a light background. I don't know what it's gonna generate. It's hard, yeah, looking at all the different pieces and trying to deconstruct how I'm gonna do it. So we definitely need some lighting work done. But how am I gonna do this? What's the best way? Oh, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure how to do this. I've set my layers up in a way that I don't think I've ever really done before. So I wonder if I could do that and then do it on this layer as well. Yeah, maybe something like that. And then obviously I've got the fire coming off the surface. Oh, it's annoying. I always wish I could get it to like an amazing looking stage on screen, but it's just not going to happen. It always happens like up with time. You get all the pieces in place like we've done here, and then it's just a case of working on it over and over and tweaking those pieces and rebalancing them. Yeah, this is good. This is a good start. So we can add in highlights, but we're using an overlay adjustment layer. Fire! We got the shadows as well, so that there will be a shadow cast there. And we can make it more intense there and have it like intense, so you can see the difference there. So we're at least acknowledging the light. And then I guess we'd get more shadows over here, which is where I've got to choose now. Do I get rid of those or do I add? Oh no, I could probably do this on top. Oh no, this will look cool. This will look cool. Okay, so we're going to start adding some shadows over here. We'll just darken the edges first. And we'll darken them a bit more as you get a bit further away. Yeah, so we're just doing this like, this is just like a blanket darkening, and then we could go in and do some more granular shadow work. So should probably do this on a separate layer actually. Yeah, so we'll go in, we'll try and do this. So I've just dropped my flow down to 5%. So you see here, the light is going to kind of hit this side. We'll put highlights there, but then we're adding the shadows over here, and then that would cast a shadow over there. So here, this part would be a bit more in shadow. So we're just looking at big, significant rocks that are facing away, and we're just trying to accentuate those shadows a little bit. And then the areas that are like in direct kind of in line with that, they're going to have highlights on them. So whatever's kind of directly in line of the fire, if I turn this off and on, you can see we're just accentuating a few of those shadows. And then, let's just go and throw some highlights in. They'll look a bit crap, first of all. But who cares? Just got to start somewhere. Right, how am I going to do this? Maybe linear dodge. 10%? We haven't even got to Keith yet. Yeah, so there we go. Brushing a bit there. Bit there. Make it some back there. Bit up there. And then down here. These rocks as well, probably a bit softer over here because we're sort of getting further away. So the light's going to be a little bit more diffused. That bit, maybe a little flick along the top there. So you want to do this real subtle. Oh, there's a fly buzzing around me now. Fantastic. Yeah, you don't want to charge in gung-ho with this stuff. It's got to be super, super subtle. And then over here, that bit would be lit up. And where else? Got this rock here. God, what the hell was that? Swear that cat is trying to get my attention. You alright? Did you fall off the fence? You donut. So all of this here, this is kind of facing the light. So we're just brushing in some highlights. So if we do it before and after quickly, you see it's subtle, but it'll add up over time. I think over here actually I'd probably make them even less pronounced because they're over there in the sort of the darkness, and I'd make that darker. In fact, this part along here, I feel like that needs to be darker. Rocky ground here. And this is the thing now, because we've got all the pieces and we've got quite a prominent light source in there. Like, whereas before, I think the background, I got it to a place where it was like, oh, this looks cool. As soon as you add an actual flaming portal into the scene, it's like, oh, actually, no, it doesn't work anymore. So you then have to kind of just upend and rejig everything. So we're going to make this adjustment layer as dark as the darkest part. So that looks good. I can still see the detail from behind. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to think, okay, this part here is probably going to catch a bit of that light from the portal. Over here, not so much. So we're getting darker over here. So that's what we're going to do. Just darken it. Darken it around the edge. Same here. So this is, I don't even know where that is, miles away. And we're going to go a bit darker up here. Yeah, you can see you can go too dark with it. And brushing in the lighting like this as well is going to help the whole thing feel less flat. I think it has to, Paul. Yeah. I think it absolutely has to. So you see here, before, the different levels were fine, but they looked a bit flat. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. Wonder if I can darken it even more. Yeah, that's okay, I think. I do need to add this. There is like a smoke that kind of comes around here. So some of this detail I'm messing around with actually isn't even going to be visible. Yeah, I love it, Paul. All right, I'll try and add that off screen. And then you have to find it. It'll be like a Where's Wally. I'm going to have to make it hard, though. I don't want to make it too easy. Yeah, see, that just looks a bit rubbish there. Although, to be fair, I did throw that smoke in very quickly. Oh, this is the sort of smoke that I like. Running across the bottom. Yeah, that's the. It's like smoke, but it's like inky smoke as well. I don't know if I'll get something usable. I might have to do that myself. At the end of his sword. That'd be so good. Or maybe just turn the pommel on the end there, turn that into a cinnamon bun, right? Come on, that's asking for it. Just a little cinnamon. Or we could customize the sword and have like an engraved bevel, like an embossed cinnamon swirl in that space, right? That would be perfect. Right. So all of this background, that's going to take lots of time. So I think what I probably need to do is to wrap this up on this stream is do a bit of work on this dude so you can see kind of how the lighting is going to come together. So hopefully this shouldn't be too difficult. Remember, it's always good to turn on that exposure checker and just see how things are looking. So obviously he's totally out of whack right now, but that doesn't mean he will be by the end. Curves. Right, we'll balance him to everything else now. So got that. I'll maybe pull it down a bit. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And then we're going to add. Well, let's just stick with exposure. You can use curves as well. This is going to be the shadows. This is actually going to be really tough. I mean, it's good I've got a reference image. In fact, a lot of this is going to be in shadow and it's going to be actually adding highlights. So I think a lot of it will be like that. I mean, I could. Like normally what I would do is I would kind of go around here and then I would brush away and have the highlights. But because it's going to be colored, I may as well just do the highlights in color from the start. And then maybe a blending mode. Color dodge could be interesting. Yeah, so this bit as well, very easy to kind of mess this up and go in too hard. So we're just kind of starting by brushing in where the light is reaching. We're just brushing it in very, very subtly as well. So that bit there is going to catch probably a little bit more light. And this first pass is always going to look a bit rough, especially when you're doing it live on stream, but it's fine. It's tweaky. Bit on the knee, like around the leg, that's all getting caught by that beautiful light. Here, yep, sword, 100%. This bit of the sword. So kind of along there. And then, yeah, there. There. His shoulder, or that bit of armor. Definitely these things up here. Well, the color dodge is making the color go a bit weird. So I'm wondering, maybe change the blending mode and then use a linear dodge. Yeah, it depends on your image. I mean, you can just crank it up to 100%, but obviously, as you can see, it's just too overpowering then. Right, sword. In fact, actually, there is another one we could do that's quite good. So if we do a solid color and then we'll pick like an orange. Totally forgot about the gradient map as well. This is quite a good adjustment layer for sort of spillover light. So if you want to kind of have like a soft light, you know, all this. I'm just doing this super quick, but just giving everything like all around the edges, just like an orangey tint. I think color dodge is probably going to look best because it kind of matches the intensity. Yeah, maybe let's go with a bit more of like a yellow. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so we could kind of maybe use that for the... Just brush in some very, very quick and easy spillover light. Just making everything like a bit yellowish. And then we've got that one there for the highlights, and they'll take a lot of time to go around. Something else that's going to make a big difference is the... Well, he's not got any... part of the reason the exposure balance is off is because everything else has got fog and he's got none of it. So we probably need to give him some fog of his own. Even if it's just we'll do like a... maybe not even that, 5% pass all over, and then we'll do a bit more down the bottom. And then some other things that will look really cool. Some dramatic light flares. I kind of would normally leave this stuff to the end, but it's fun to put it in because you can kind of see how it would look. We don't want to clip this though. Sorry, I mucked that up then. So we just want this on its own, and then you can kind of brush this around the edge. So it kind of almost like it's shining off the armor. I think I got the color slightly wrong there. So let's... No, not green, Dan. We don't want green. We want maybe like an orangey color. So where there is like a light behind the armor, you can just brush over it. And it's like almost like a little light, sort of, the light is kind of blasting around the side. Maybe a bit there as well. You get a lot of it here. this whole part here with the sword and that would be totally overpowered by the fire behind it. Same here. And you can change the blending mode as well. So linear dodge there, rather than just brushing in a color. Can look pretty cool. And actually, I mean, yeah, look, you can even just brush some of this over the night. So I think it's just going to take a bit of back and forth with the brushwork. Yeah, you can see here the exposure's still not balanced. I've screwed that up. And the ground here is very low res as well, which is a shame, but it's going to be quite dark. Hey, Dilshan, how's it going? You got a fresh trim, looks clean. Cheers, man. Yeah, I got it done earlier. Yeah, well, what do you reckon, Reese? Are we getting there? It's almost like it's hard to explain. You sort of inch forward a bit, do a bit of rebalancing and adjustments and blah blah blah. Inch forward, then work on another piece, and then rebalance, tweak, tweak, tweak. And we're just doing it step by step. Oh, thank you. You're impressed. Okay, good, good. Because this is the first stream, and it's never close to the end result on a first stream. It always takes a bit of time away, and then like most of the pieces are in place. A lot of this, the massive shift you'll see is the rebalancing of all the lighting and just going back through all these layers and just twiddling everything around. Yeah, like the lighting on the armor needs to be insane. Looking at the reference image, it's got a lot of work to do. You know, the highlights need to run. I'll do a little bit now. I'll do a little bit rather than me just waffle on. Yeah. So we'll scrub that. I'll go for linear dodge. This is a good one. What's the cat? What are you eating? What are you eating? You found something. Go with a higher value for the flow. Yeah, so when it comes to like adding, more dramatic highlights, having a reference image helps, which fortunately I do have. But then you kind of would brush along a lot of these edges, because the light would kind of catch and it would sort of spill off towards the edge, towards the end, sorry, as we go further in. Just doing this with the pen display and like kind of trying to flick my wrist as if I'm some sort of artiste. You probably get some of it around here as well. And don't worry if you don't get it in the right place first time. So I'm just going back over this. Whoops. Yeah, a bit more pronounced here. So let's bump up that flow value to 70. These sort of quite dramatic highlights, you can go in a bit more aggressively with these. It's that soft spillover light you want to be careful of. You want to start really low. That's a mistake I made. I did that wrong a lot for a while. You're just brushing in your soft light like this at 100% and it looks crap. And it's like, no, you got to do one bit, another bit, another bit. These are all like individual bits and they're all catching the light differently. So just nice and slow. But here we're doing the edge. We're doing the edge first. We're going to focus on that. Maybe a little bit there. And then just maybe a flick. Kind of coming in there. And then maybe a bit on the end as well, like this. Just catching right there, like that. And then down here. Nice and pronounced. And now that took me like 5 hours to do just that one little piece. Don't you dare. Don't you dare crash. Photoshop, if you crash, I swear to God, we are not friends. I'm saving. I got scared then. Hey, Paul. Yeah, so look at the before and the after. You see that? It takes a while. This isn't too bad, this one, because we've got like a, you know, an armor set with lots of detailing on. And I've got a reference image as well that this whole kind of composition is leaning on quite heavily. So it's, I can see how the lighting on armor should really look. Different armor set, but same principle, you know. Ah, this makes such a difference. And at the risk of sounding like a walking billboard, this is all stuff that is covered in my masterclass. And there would be a link, but Poppy's gone. And I'm apparently incapable of promoting my own course. Okay, right. Still, maybe a bit. I'm feeling the pressure now. Dilshan's watching. I know. I saw your comment, Dilshan. You're like, need more highlights. Dilshan's highlights in his work are amazing. They always look so good. All right, I'm going to do it subtly there. Yeah, so look at the difference. Nothing to something. So we've still got to do that spillover light, but at least we're just making all this look much more dramatic. Whoosh. And a bit in there. Bit on the edge. Bit there. Right, we're going to have some, as you can imagine, this will take a while. But because this is the main character, this is pretty important. This is one of those areas we can't afford to rush this and not have it looking right, because it will just look rubbish. Yes. Even here, like the light's going to kind of catch on that right side. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, they are, and shadows as well. They are the most painstaking. You are 100% correct. But they do have the biggest difference, right? They make probably some of the biggest impact. Whoops, what have I done? Like that's one of the layers. Sometimes it's fun to turn the layers off and back on. But you can just have your design, turn off the shadows and highlights, turn them back on again. Oh, it's just so fun. It makes such a difference. Right, I'm just going to have that tapering off a bit there. Oh, this is so cool. It's so cool. This sort of stuff, if you're interested in this stuff, you've got to get like a pen, tablet, or display. You can do it without, but it's just I mean, personally anyway, I find it more enjoyable. Brushing. It is like a bit more akin to like more traditional drawing, and I don't draw anymore, but it's just a nice feeling. You know, makes me feel like an artist. Just, oh, it just feels nice. It feels natural. What do you use, Dilshan? Do you use like a pen display, graphics tablet, or just mouse, trackpad? What's your kind of go-to when it comes to this sort of stuff? Also, I really want Gertwings. And everyone voted on it. Oh no, 61%. Oh. Oh no, I don't like that. We're going to have to get rid of that poll. What's the difference between a designer and an artist? I mean, I think you could probably ask, 20 different people in that question and get 20 different answers. For me, I think it's more about like a designer designs for other people specifically to solve problems, whereas an artist is more about one's creative expression. Do you know what I mean? Like I think being a designer is like a very functional thing. If someone hires a designer, they're hiring a professional to help them solve some sort of problem visually. And they'd use their skill set to do that. Whereas an artist, yes, you can commission an artist to do some work, but it's more about self-expression. That's how I kind of think about it anyway. I mean, how does everyone else define the distinction between designer and artist? Oh, yeah, boy. It's getting there. We are getting there. Before, after. Yeah, it just brings things to life, even though it takes forever, apparently. So what are you now? That's an incredible question. I have no idea. I've got no flipping idea. Both. If is the honest answer. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I am anymore. On some level, I suppose I fit the definition of creative entrepreneur. On another level, designer. Yep. Artist. Yeah, maybe. I guess. Photoshop artist. That's probably a thing. Teacher. Yeah. So. I think it's because I've never, like, I always just love learning new stuff. I've never been like, oh, I'm just going to be an X designer X or Y. It's like I would do something for a bit and then I want to try something new. And that's just one thing I've consistently always done is I've used my skills and then learned new skills to be able to do something new. So YouTube was just me like, oh, I've never done video before. Let's make a video. Like I never planned for it to become this behemoth that it did. It was just born out of I'm going to try something different, that isn't just 2D static design. It's effectively, video. Okay, where are you? Where's that highlight going to be? On that inside edge, like that? And then you probably get it looking quite punchy around there. Maybe there as well, and maybe there. Yeah, I think the way I think about it is I'm just someone who loves to create things using software like Photoshop and Illustrator, but I'm also someone who loves to teach. And it's not just design. I just like helping people as well. I just learn things, and then I want to pass that on to other people and help them if they've got the same problem. So whatever that makes me. I'm that thing. Sorry, that was a crap answer. That was a very long-winded answer. All right. Oh, look at it. Look at that. The sword's looking a bit washed out now, so we might have to go back and review some other adjustment layers, but we're getting there. Are you a tech guy in our early AAG? Sorry, what does AAG mean? Hey, Heather. Yeah, Oblivion. Dun 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 dun. I use a pen tablet, especially if I have to work with hair. My goodness, yes. I mean, I thought you might. It's just, oh, yeah. Even attempting hair without one is just, bleh. No, please, no. Like, again, it is possible. In the brush settings, instead of pen pressure, you set it to fade and it will do like an artificial fade as you draw a stroke. Which, if that's, if you're not using any kind of stylus, yeah, go for it. Like, if you can get a result using that, go for it. But for me, it's just it's not a pleasant experience drawing hair that way, especially as hair. Like, I don't know about you, man, but I find hair quite tough anyway. Like, it's just one of those things that is quite tricky. Oh, this is coming together really nicely. We're getting there. I do need to check if Gertwings is in Portishead though. If it is, I might have to leave. Get me some fried chicken. All right, let's. Yeah, nice. So here I'm just kind of tapering it off. I mean, a lot of these highlights, some of these are kind of light directional, or based on the direction of the light. If light directional is, I'm not sure if that's even the correct way to say that, but do you know what I mean? You know what I mean. But we're going to add them in anyway. We'll add some more pronounced ones that are more relevant to the light. We've got spillover light to add as well. See, even here, where there's just existing light, just going over it like this, it's just punching it up. It's just making it more dramatic. Whether it's actually correct or not, who cares? Does it look good? Yep. All right, do it. And that's the thing as well. Like, you probably will, as I do, put light in the wrong places sometimes. You can kind of get away with it. You really can get away with it a lot of the time. Usually there's so much lighting and highlights and shadows and bits and pieces that half the time the people won't even notice. You stick a highlight in the slightly wrong place or whatever. A little bit around the edge there. Oh, belt buckle. You getting highlights for sure. Whoosh. Oh, this is so cool. I used to find this stuff so. You go back a couple of years, I used to find this stuff so hard. And that's the other good. That's the other amazing thing I love about teaching. Is why I'm so passionate about teaching. Is because like I've done it wrong. I've done it wrong so many times, and it's like I can save people from what I went through. Don't do what I did. You're the grand champion. Oh, not quite, but it's a cool shot though, isn't it? It took me a few. I had to go through a few men in armor to get this particular fella. I wanted it to match the artwork as well, so getting it at like the right angle with that sort of exact pose, head down slightly, looking serious, shoulder across his back, and obviously making sure the AI didn't generate the sword going through his head or anything ridiculous like that. So it took me a few goes, but we got Keith. This is Keith. Oh, this is a cool trick. If you click here once, hold down shift and click here, it will do a highlight between the 2 points. So that one. Ah, yeah, there we go. It's a bit funny on the trackpad, but yeah. So you can get a straight line, boosh, like that. Yeah, see, it's not all glamorous. Unfortunately, some of it just requires time and patience. And confidence as well. Actually, you've got to have confidence in yourself, because there's many times where I've not had confidence, and I'll get them out again at some point. But have you seen the wolf design from Dark Souls, the Sith one? The design I gave up on, I think, twice. I tried to do it for a YouTube video, screwed it up twice, gave up on it, came back to it, and didn't give up. And it turned out to be like not one of my favorites, but it ended up being really cool. And it almost didn't exist because I sort of gave up twice and then had another crack at it. And I always like showing that, because it's hopefully encouraging to people who are new to this and that might get discouraged from trying it, and then it looks crap and you're like, oh, then it's like, oh, this is crap, I'm crap, this is too hard. How it goes sometimes with the self-doubt like creeps in. Exactly, yeah. You gotta trust the process. But I think when you don't have a process, or you're still figuring out your process, it's hard because you don't have a process to trust in. And that's why I kind of like to talk about it. Because it's like you don't have a process yet. But if you do have a process, and you can just get a few projects under your belt and get a bit of experience, the more of these projects it builds trust. Like, if I were to go back a year and you showed me this and said, come on, Dan, you want to have a crack at that? It probably would have been, whoa. I'm not sure if I can do that. But like I said at the start, I've got no doubt that I can do it. It's just how long it's going to take to get it looking like, quote, right. And that's just come from getting a bunch of projects finished that I'm happy with, and it sort of builds that self-confidence. And obviously you get experience as well. Like, obviously the practical side of it is you do You are learning the tools the more you use them. That's one thing you don't get with AI. You know, if you're using AI, you're not really learning anything. Yeah, you might become like a bit of a wordsmith with your prompts, but you're not learning tools and improving those kind of skills. So if you need to make changes or whatever, do you know what I mean? Like, whereas with this, you're actually getting better at something. Hopefully. You should be getting better. If you're not, something's wrong. If you're not getting better, maybe you need a course. Ding ding. Right, I've got a bit there. I probably do need to start getting a bit aggressive with these now, because I'm just really kind of adding decoration to the armor. I'm not really. These aren't really highlights. This is more just bringing out the detail on the armor. I will add some highlights though at some point. Probably after I've got fried chicken. But yeah, if you missed it earlier on, if you're a course member and you're in the Discord and you're working on this stuff, or if you, I'll make these files available at some point. If you would like to have a go at this yourself, feel free to send me your work in the Discord, and I can then give you some feedback. And you know, it's always good to have another pair of eyes looking at stuff, because you know, they might notice things that you wouldn't necessarily see. Or with that reflection the other day, Dilshan. Do you remember the reflection? I remember you saying that I think you'd spent like hours staring at it, and there's just some things that might seem obvious to someone else, but when you've been staring at it yourself for like hours, you kind of almost become blind to certain things. Do you know what I mean? And you either need another set of eyes, or you need to go and have a cup of tea and take a break. You come back and then it's like, oh yeah, that thing needs this or tweaking or whatever. I've abandoned so many projects even before I did so much as add an adjustment layer. I felt I can't do anything that worth showing anyone. Saw you getting chased by Dan. Yes. Oh, Poppy, was that the running? Did you share that on Instagram? Did you share that? That was funny. I'm heading off now. Thanks for another real stream. Don't forget to feed and water yourself, Dansky. That is a good point. I'm going to water myself, Rianne. And maybe one day I'll grow. And next time we meet, you can tell me where that cinnamon bun is. And if I forget to put one in, then I'll just pretend like there is one there, and you can spend hours looking for it. But it will be futile. Right. Okay. Oh, man. Oh! I forgot there's a green screen there. You're still live. Yes, apparently. I need to go and get goat wings. Poppy! I want to get goat wings. There's still time. That would be cruel. I know. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just joking. Yes, we'll be live. Yes. Also, again, if you're a course member, we've got the Zoom members meetup tomorrow. I think it's 4 o'clock. Did I say 4 o'clock? It's on the email. Oh, yes, that's going to be fun. And Rianne, if you've got any work or anything that you would like me to look at, review, play around with, or discuss, or anything like that, feel free to send it over. Oh, thank you, Dilshan. Arif says, any chance you could use a gen fill during this kind of project? Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I think the only thing I've gen filled so far is there was a rock here and I just got rid of it where his foot was. There is one thing I'm going to do actually before I go. I get discouraged daily. Oh, yeah. It's easily done. It's easily done, though. Yes. Oh, Reese. Yeah. Hopefully see you tomorrow, man. It's so easily done. Gotta catch that like negative self-talk and just shut it down. It's so easily done, though. She's like, shut up. I'm brilliant. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, I forgot about those adjustment layers. So these are the highlighty. No, is it that one? These ones. Yeah. So this is these are highlights, but they're more of like accentuating the armor. The other actual highlights are these ones as well, but it'll all come together and look good. But before I go, there is one thing that I must fix or add, and that is a shadow. I need a shadow by his feet. Again, we're going super low. You want to build this up. We're just going to throw a rough shadow in for now because this is going to need much more time and consideration. There we go, yeah. So you've got the contact shadows, which is right where the foot meets the floor. So they're going to be super dark. Obviously, ignore the color balance not being correct. And then we're going to do it there as well. Super, super tight, close to the foot. And then we'll drop the flow down to like 10%. And we're just going to try and cast a shadow out this way. Now, this doesn't need to be totally correct. I'm thinking about the light. Yeah, you see, you don't want to rush it. Nice and slow. Spread it out as it gets further away. And it'd be more pronounced round by the feet. You know, that's what I would do. I would throw in just a quick shadow like that. You know, obviously the shadow isn't even exposure balanced to his feet, but we don't need to worry about that. This is the difference. Do you know what I mean? He's gone from floating to like, oh, at least there's a shadow there. So, I mean, I don't know. Just looking at the artwork. Oh no, I suppose that's the style. The Oblivion gates these are portals. They're huge, and the people are meant to be small. But I guess the artwork is, unless that portal needs to go further back. Oh, catch you later, Dilshan. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's more stylistic. Yeah. The portal on the actual artwork isn't to scale. We're getting there, Zentush. We're getting there. But we're still very far away from anything finished. Like, this is the reference or the inspiration. So we've got fire, we've got smoke, we've got this big smoke here, we've got fire in the background, we've got some blur to add, crazy armor highlights and stuff to add, and then refining that fire. So we got a lot of work to do, but the pieces are in place. I think that we're getting there. We can decorate it up with all sorts. But yeah, all right. I think we'll leave it there for that one, and yeah, we'll come back to it Oh, goodness knows when. I might carry on with it a little bit later. We'll see. There's a lot of like, I don't like, yeah, just sort of tedious steps. Just lots of what we've already done, but more of it repeated for a long time. So, I swear I just got an email about the course member meetup yesterday. Glad you said something. I figured I had more time. Hadn't read the email yet. Yes. So the course members meetup is tomorrow. And if you've enjoyed this and you want to learn how I do Photoshop and Illustrator and learn all my tricks and all that stuff, then then I've got to find the link myself now. Hang on, I will find it. Actually, here we go. If you want to check out my Photoshop and Illustrator courses, and I've got beginner to intermediate courses, advanced courses, and then there's a bundle where if you just get all 5 of them, you save like 28%, which is nearly a third. So, and on the sales page, I don't do a good enough job explaining this, but it's not just the courses. Like, I'm actually there to support you as well. It's not just, thanks, see you later. Like, if you get stuck or you've got questions or you want to know how to do this or whatever, or you want to have a go at this and you want someone to actually support you as you progress through the courses and learn and all that stuff, then like I say, I got 20 years in the game doing this stuff. That's what I'm there to do. So if you are a course member, I'm there. Use me. I'm there to be used. Pillage my brain for knowledge. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to roll the trailer now, and I'm going to try and get to Portishead so I can get some Gert wings. So wish me luck. Cool. Have a good evening, guys. Catch you later. Bye.